Peeling this wallpaper is so satisfying.
And my neck hurts. I don't even know if it looks good.
Bonjour. It is spooky season.
Ça tient pas du tout.
Bon. It is spooky season and I'm taking theme decorations a little bit too far. The theme is vampires and I will repaint my bedroom into the blackest night. I moved to a new house this year and the interior is kind of outdated, but not in a nice vintage way. It's very beige and brown. Before this house, I've never been able to paint walls other than white. And I want to live in my fantasy universe, like in a fun and weird place. Let's just have fun with paint and other decorations. Okay, let's get dirty. Bat!
So this is where we are working with. We removed the small furniture, but there's still like the big ones. It's very echoey there, sorry. This thing is huge and heavy. I have no idea how to even get it out of the room, but it's gonna stay. I will probably even paint it at some point. I know it's going to make some people scream, but it's my furniture. And this one also. This, I guess I have to paint as well. The floor is good. The color is not great. If you look closely, it's actually this horrible wallpaper. I have to remove it before I can do anything with the walls. First, we need some protection.
This wallpaper is not difficult to remove. This time I did not even need to rinse the machine. I just wet the surface with a sponge and some hot water, and with some scraping the thing comes right out. It's just 2 layers, so you have to do it twice, but it was okay. But you will become very, very sticky. And once you get the hang of it, you can peel the whole thing in one piece. And it is the most satisfying thing ever.
Next day! So all the wallpaper has been removed, as you can see, it's all clean. It already feels so much better. So now we need a light sanding on the walls, and also I'm going to slightly sand the wooden parts of the mirror, doors and the windows, because I'm going to paint everything. It's going to be so dark. And I need to add masking tapes to protect the mirror, the windows and the floor. Fun fact, practical. I literally don't see any difference between the primer and the blasted walls underneath. So I'm just going to slightly tint it just to see where I did add the paint. Done with the primer! I just keep ripping it off. Patch, 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 patch. And it's because of you! Or because I should have bought a more expensive floor protection. But I'm blaming the ladder. This primer was a bit old, so the bottom of the can was dry and chunky, so we have a lot of little imperfections, but that's okay for the primer. You can remove them using this paint knife, I think that's the name. Just it leaves a little mark, but that's okay for the primer. I wouldn't do that for the paint though. Black, white, dark blue, light blue. I think if I mix all of those up, I should have enough to make the whole room. Maybe. Well, we'll see. Oh, what is this? Well, when I'm not crafting something ridiculous like this, I spend a lot of time on the internet. Like, a lot. Like, way too much. And Surfshark VPN keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information sent between your devices and the internet.
Thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video.
And with this virtual private network, you can swap the location of your device with a new one. Because some of the content I want to see are not available in my country, but I can bypass that by changing my location. Or you can say that you are home, even if you are on vacation. Surfshark does not monitor or track or store what you do online. I found something very cool that is Surfshark Alerts, and it monitors the info that you want to be checked, and it gives you a security report. It will notify you if you have your ID or your credit card information that appears somewhere, or if your email address appears on a database that's been breached online. No, I don't want to enlarge my... You can use Surfshark on an unlimited amount of devices, so use my code hazariel to get an extra 3 months free. And Surfshark offers a 30 days money-back guarantee, so there's just no risk just trying it out. You have the link right there in the description. Thank you Surfshark VPN for sponsoring this video. And now, let's go back to work. The tools. Paint roller, big paint roller on top of a bowl. Ooh, a very long one. This paintbrush, hopefully I can blend with it. Spray bottle and a sponge. I've never done this, let's just hope that it works. Okay, so I just tested a few of the colors. Black, the blue here, and the blue here. So yeah, I don't want to be lighter than this. Which is fine because I have less blue than black, so I can mix them up, no problem.
The plan is to get colors that remind me of the night. I don't know yet if I'm going to make clouds or stars or whatever, just the colors for now. I just want it super dark with the possibility to make it whimsy later. Or even darker if I don't like the blue, I will just make it all black. This is just exciting to play with colors, even if you don't really have a plan. Well, I would have preferred to do that on another place than a ceiling, because painting vertically is not really pleasant. And yes, my neck hurts so bad after this day. The paint looks a different color if it's wet, it looks a different color on different angles. It dripped on my face. Painting a ceiling is so annoying. Maybe if I had one of those scaffolding thing that you can just lay on. If I decide to add more paint to the ceiling, maybe I will just find another way because...
This all would be so much faster if I had a paint gun. And my neck hurts.
But I think I got the hang of it with the walls and it was getting a bit faster and a bit easier. But still very messy. I add more and more black to the paint so it gets darker. Paint an edge with the big roll, then a little spray of water, and with my brush I try to blend it in. The trick that I wish I had figured out in the beginning is to spray a bit of water very far into the light color, but be very careful to not spray too much, otherwise you would have some drips, which are very visible into the paint. And then with the very soft brush, you just pull the darker paint into the lighter one. Make sure that you have very little paint on your paintbrush. You can wipe it off as necessary and just blend and brush in every direction. I wish I could go back in every places, especially the ceiling, to fix that, but my skeleton is saying nope, no more ceiling.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish today, but I did a lot today. I have proof. But the one thing that I wanted to do here, before all this ombre crap, it is to add some molding everywhere. So I bought a bunch of those wooden molding things, and I want to make a lot of frames everywhere, just like this kind of things. Oui. Non, c'est de la pâture, ça. So before I go to bed, I'm going to paint all of them black, because once they are attached, they will be so much more annoying to paint. And I don't want to mess up this. I'm spending so much time on it. I don't even know if it looks good. I just have to trust the process. Also, I'm considering changing everything because... Look! What do you think would look very good there? Stars and constellation in gold. Am I changing the theme from night to magical astronomy thing? No, I'm keeping the vampire. It is Halloween, so I'm keeping this theme, and maybe later I will add gold everywhere.
Wow, this person needs to sleep. Anyways, let's paint the molding flat and paint them all together in a batch to save some time. The bedroom stuff is all over the place in the house. And I guess fresh laundry is the best place to sleep. Voila! Bien sûr, you've been sleeping in the bushes and now you own my white shirts. Thank you.
It's a new day, and today I'm finishing everything. But first, let's repair this because I broke it.
The last paint I'm doing today is just black. Black everywhere, black on the trim, black on the door, black on the windows, and the room is getting so dark. A light room will reflect more of light and a dark room will just absorb it. So this will be a very dark room, which I think works well, because if there is one room in your house that needs to be dark, it's the one where you sleep. Remember that if you are planning on painting a room very dark in your house.
I think I'm done with the paint. Just have to do the windows. I was thinking to add more clouds, but with the gold constellation idea, I'm going to leave it blue like that. I quite like it. Now I need to figure out how does molding work? Maybe I'll just watch a few YouTube videos about it. And it could be done today. Let's go. I want all the lower frames to be at the same height, and that will be decided by the windows.
The strips get a little bit of sanding because my paints dripped a little and I want them flush against the wall. You measure twice and cut once. This little tool is handy to make cuts in a 45 degrees angle. They are not super big, so it's okay to cut them by hand.
The windows are crooked!
The technique that I found worked very well to make those frames is to attach the lower one to make it very parallel to the floor, one vertical one parallel to the previous frame, and then you just hold the next two pieces together, making sure that the corners match perfectly. You mark the vertical one, attach it, and then the top one should fit perfectly. With this technique I had zero gap in my corners. It will make up for the fact that maybe you cut the pieces a few millimeters different, but it will be visible if the measures are very different. A little bit of paint on my windows. I would recommend painting the windows when it's dark outside. Otherwise, and if you have light eyes like me, you get blinded by the outside light. It's just more comfortable this way. Now comes the satisfying removal of the masking tape. And the not so satisfying cleanup of the mess that you made in the whole house. Reattaching the hardware on the windows and the door. More cleanup and replacing the furniture. Fortunately, I had an extra pair of arms for this. I am really happy with what I have accomplished. I came into this with no exact plan, except that I want to make this room dark and gothic and whimsy, and I'm getting so many more ideas working on this. I will turn the furniture dark as well and add so much more gold everywhere. Absolutely love the stars idea, making it into a magic astronomy place. More trimming everywhere, better lights, carpets, velvet curtains. What would you do to make this place magical? I'm taking all the suggestions here. So many ideas. Well, I need to spread my expenses, but I think this will be a very whimsy otherworld place. It already feels dark and magical. Thanks to my Patreon for the paint and the trim. I cannot wait for the next stage in decorating this place. I'm making so many projects recently, it's just overwhelming. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up. Thanks again Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Remember, if you want to try it, you have the link right there in the description. Allez, see you in the next video. Bye!